It never ceases to amaze me how groups, especially fundamentalist Christians, use their very narrow-minded, slide rule in judging other people. They don't know the first thing about paganism. Sometimes the criticisms are accurate, or at the very least, they raise questions. I mean, one of them, because it had reached this point where he had to get out of the box that I was cornering him in debate. He said, well, what is this thing about king? And you're always talking about democracy. How can a king be for democracy? Well, in a shamanic sense, as in Shaman king, we neither walk in front of nor behind, but beside the people. And a king or a queen, in their capacity, are a servant to their people if they're any good at what they do as leaders. And in my case, because I am such a freak, it does take the attention off of our people who are just trying to get by and survive without the tyranny of the eyes and the, bony finger of the moralist pointing at them. I mean, it's terrible what happens in some of these towns to our pagan women who are trying to raise their children to be good people. You have, the prying eyes from next door who, will see people in their finery going in on a full moon and there's drums playing and, there's got to be some strangeness here. They're sacrificing babies in there. With all due respect, you guys got a lot of room to talk with pickle smooching pastors like Ted Haggard and, Jim Baker and, as much as I have sworn a moratorium of picking on Jimmy Swaggart because I actually like him. I think he's his cousin's Jerry Lee Lewis, so, can't be all bad, but, he got caught with a stack of porno magazines, a hooker in the front seat of his car. He just, old Jimmy was just a victim to himself. But where my problems are certainly, with their leadership is, under this mask, they say that they don't mean any harm to gay people, but yet their venomous sermons, these pulpit vultures, they open the door for justification. You get, some younger males especially, full of testosterone, anger, adolescence, and bitterness because of all the things that they're told by their church elders that they can't do. And of course they're aching for a fight. They want to go out and hit somebody. Nothing has changed my mind that if you guys would lighten up a little bit, there'd be a lot less angry kids out there, and there'd be a lot fewer hate crimes, certainly. If you're honest with yourselves, a lot of you, while your lips protested when, a gay person is assaulted, as long as they're not murdered, and you say, oh, I'm against the sin and not the sinner. Well, a lot of you just kind of smile to yourselves and are very happy that the sissy got beaten up. And, it's just the way things remain. And, I do serve in a capacity as a pagan minister, more of a rabbi, I suppose. But, you know, and people do feel a need to confess to me sometimes things that they've done. I appreciate that because it's given me a greater understanding as to where a lot of people come from. But, you know, everybody, I mean, it's within your reach out there to be a good leader, to be a good king or queen to your people. You know, you just have to serve the greater good a little bit more and yourself a little bit less. But, you know, getting back to this point that I was trying to make in the beginning as far as the criticism, you know, criticism, educated criticism. If somebody doesn't like what I'm about and they've made a study of it and they want to discuss it with me or debate me, that's fine. You know, when you get into all of this pathetic name calling, which, you know, I fall into once in a while. I mean, with assholes like Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh and, you know, Lady Death in a short skirt, Ann Coulter. I mean, when she talks about going in and addressing Christians, that anorexic, yaly bitch going in there with a skirt on that's so short it goes up to her hoo-hoo. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, you're just all kinds of hot and Christian going up there and letting the altar boys have a peek underneath at your business. You know, she is just, I don't even want to go there right now. Eventually, I'm going to have to write an essay on how I really feel about her. But, you know, there is a lot of that hate begetting hate, and that's what it is, and the hate speak, and that doesn't really serve anyone. So, you know, to those of you who are gravitating toward a leadership role, especially in the hippie and indigo and, you know, rainbow community, I mean, we don't really have leaders in the classic sense, you know, more along the lines of beacon and people that are there to share the ride and the wisdom, you know, with the younger tribe members. You know, by all means, pass down what you learn. Make it easier for other people. But just like with them, you know, we all sometimes can get a little carried away. Just make sure that you're well informed and you're well armed when you're going into the battle of debate with these sanctimonious assholes. Anyway, this is Hugh Lundberg. I am the Fairy King. I love all of you. Have a wonderful life. Thank you.